What's up, everybody? We are back after Liverpool go to the Amex and defeat Brighton by 2-0. A very brave header from Luis Diaz to open the score, and that was followed up by an immaculate penalty from Mohamed Salah, who has now scored 20 in 4+ seasons. So I think making him, the third or fourth person maybe to do that, which is another feather in his bow because he's an unbelievable footballer, isn't he? Look, ladies and gentlemen, this match reaction is being brought to you thanks to our friends at Surfshark. Surfshark is an app, a browser extension that will allow you to browse the internet anonymously and unlock the world's largest Netflix libraries from our friends at Netflix, USA, Japan, whatever you like. I use it for DAZN in Canada, as I've said before. It will also keep you anonymous and secure from hackers, particularly if you're out and about using public Wi-Fi, if you're in college, at school, a cafe, something like that. Surfshark will secure your data with industry-leading measures by using uncrackable encryption and the most secure VPN protocols currently available. It's easy to install and one subscription will run on all of your devices. Today you can get 83% off and 3 months additional free by using the link in the description or the code Anfield Agenda at checkout. Right, ladies and gentlemen, how are we feeling after that one? I mean, we will, of course, be asking you for your Anfield Agenda man of the match, as always, in the chat. Connor will put in a couple of options there for you guys to vote away on. I think we all know who's going to win it, let's be fair. But ultimately, I think that was job done. Professional performance. You would expect to go to Brighton and win with the form that Brighton are currently in. But we still have to go and do the job today. And with the fairly eventful last 48 hours, it could have easily been a distraction, but, the lads went out there, found their way into the game, because I thought we started a little bit disjointed, but I thought we eventually wrestled control of the game, and I think we're good value for our 2-0 victory. Loads of pluses in that game as well. We'll go through the player ratings and stuff in a moment. I thought both of our fullbacks were excellent today. Luis Diaz, sensational. Alisson Becker, I mean, what else can I say about that man? The man is phenomenal. Joel Matip once again showed his fantastic range of passing, and his assist for the Luis Diaz goal was nothing short of spectacular. Just an amazing piece of vision. No arguments about the penalty whatsoever. I still will never understand, and I would love to hear it explained to me why that wasn't a red card for the foul on Luis Diaz. I mean, you can say he's going for the ball, and I will say to you, you can't go for the ball at two different heights with your leg around his midriff and his arm around his shoulders. It was a blatant foul, red card. It shouldn't have even been a decision that the referee had to think about. But somehow, Stuart Atwell at VAR looked at it and didn't advise Mike Dean to go and have a look at the monitor, and the goalkeeper was very fortunate to stay on the pitch. That being said, thankfully Luis Diaz was okay. Mohamed Salah did go off late on in the game. He went down, got a little bit of treatment, got back to his feet. I don't know if it was precautionary to take him off, if it was planned to give him a rest or not, but he did go off and was replaced by Diogo Jota. We then see Naby Keita come on in midfield, obviously, and replace Thiago come on, I should say, and replace Naby Keita in midfield. And then at the end, we've seen James Milner come on just to help the Red Sea out the game. Really quickly, I'm going to fly through my player ratings. The Anfield Agenda Man of the Match poll is in the chat. We've kept it short today because we think, in fairness, the two options that are in there is either Alisson and Luis Diaz with other as an option, but I think Connor's got it right, one of those two. Liz said, I freaking love Liverpool and James Milner. Thank you, Liz. Yeah, look, today I'm happy. Clean sheet, win away from home. Like everybody else, I want to hear an update on Mohamed Salah's situation with his leg after he went down. I hope it was just precautionary. But really quickly, let me fly through some player ratings. Alisson, I'm going to give him an 8.5 today. I thought he was exceptional. His second half, he had a lot more to do than in the first half, but everything he did with assurance. He's just a wall. He's just a machine. I love him. Unbelievable player. So grateful to have him as a goalkeeper at the club. Trent, I thought, was good today on the right-hand side. 7.5 for Trent. You know what you're going to get. He's always going to bomb forward, always going to put deliveries into the box. But I actually think today I preferred Robbo's performance slightly. but they were both good performances. I mean, Robbo had Tarek Lamptey to keep an eye on down his side as well, which is no easy task, but I thought Andy Robertson defended really, really well today, Robbo. I thought he defended really well and got forward in support of Luis Diaz as well down the left-hand side. So Robbo I'll give an 8 to. Centre-backs today, both, again, good performances. Didn't put a foot wrong. Do I give Matip an extra half a point for the assist for the Luis Diaz goal? Yeah, I'm going to give him an 8.5. I'm going to give Van Dijk an 8. Look, we're blessed. We're blessed to have the quality of centre-backs at the football club that we do. Van Dijk, Canade, Matip, Gomez. I mean, look, that quality speaks for itself. And maybe that pressure, maybe that knowing that somebody's ready to take your spot if you're not up to it, maybe it's pushing the lads on because they just keep getting better and better. So no complaint from the centre-backs. Moving into midfield, I thought Fabinho did what he does well, broke up play. Always good man for a tactical foul if needs be as well, Fabinho, to stop a counter-attack. But today I thought he put in a very solid shift. 7 for Fabinho. Keita, I thought Keita did okay today, and I'd be one of Keita's biggest fans. Sometimes, actually, do you know what? I'm going to be really honest. Sometimes I find it difficult to gauge Naby Keita's performance because I don't know what to compare it against because he's different from some of the options that we have. I'd like to see him get forward a bit more. I feel like he's got a few more goals in him than we currently see, but I'm not criticising him today at all. I've no criticisms of any of the lads, so let's give Naby a solid 7 as well. Right hand side, Jordan Henderson. I'll say this constantly and I'll repeat it over and over again. Jordan Henderson is one of those type of players that you don't appreciate till he's not in the team. You'll ask yourself, what does he do that's spectacular? Probably nothing, but he does a lot of stuff really, really, really well. And the engine that the man has is phenomenal. And the support that he gives to Trent to help tuck in as well and defend on that right-hand side. Yeah, look, captain 7.5 today. Very good performance for Henderson. Moving into the attack, Luis Diaz, I don't know really what more the man could have done today. The bravery he showed for his goal was... I mean, it's easy for us to say, yeah, he stuck his head in, he had to do it, but he did it. And he put his head where it hurt. And he scored. And he was a constant pest. Sometimes maybe the final ball was a bit behind the intended targets, but that's just me being really picky. I'm going to give Luis Diaz a 9. He's my man of the match today, without a doubt. Moving centrally, I thought Sadio Mane, I thought he came into the game more in the second half, actually. I thought some of his touches in the first half, I think he has this trait of controlling the ball high somehow. Like, I don't know how to describe this. So the ball will come into him at kind of feet height, but somehow a touch will bring it up into the air, and it has a tendency to allow a challenge to come in on him. But look, I thought he was very good in the second half. Interesting to see when Mo went off that Jota was through the centre and Sadio Mane was moved out to the right hand side. I think all his performance missed today was perhaps a goal to cap it off. So 7 for Mane, I think is fair. Across on the right hand side, Mohamed Salah. This is a difficult one to gauge because look, he got a goal, tucked away his penalty really well, but again missed a couple of opportunities today that you would have backed him to score. One of them he pulled 3 yards wide. He was unlucky with another opportunity that took a nick off a Brighton defender's leg, ricocheted up into the air and came back off the crossbar. What to give Mo? I mean, I look at the incident in the first half where he skinned Yves Bissouma and cut inside. Klopp felt he should have pulled it back to Diaz. I don't think the ball was on. I think Mo did what he could. I thought it was actually a great turn of pace to turn inside Bissouma. 7 for Mo for me today. I thought it was... Mo could be better. We know that. But he scored, and I'm more concerned about whether he's injured or not, to be honest with you, than... anything else about his performance, because you know he tucked away his penalty magnificently. Sometimes you just don't have your shooting boots on you with other chances, but he scored, and ultimately that makes it 20 goals from again in another Premier League campaign. And what a man! Yeah, what can be said about Mohamed Salah other than He can be better, he will be better, but if that's a Mohamed Salah off day, again, I'm taking it every day of the week because the man's a phenomenon. Right, look, we will move over to the live chat now, see what you guys feel. And don't forget, you can still vote in the Anfield Gen, the man of the match there in the chat. It's almost up to 500 votes now. We'll leave that running for a couple of more minutes. I'm going to be joined for another match reaction in about 5 or 6 minutes by Chris Stonage. We're going to talk through, obviously, the game today. We're going to ask you guys for your reaction. But we're also going to talk about the social media storm over the last 24 hours as well. I'll ask Chris for his thoughts on the shitstorm from Remy Abbas yesterday is the other way I can put it. But look, for us today, look, I'm happy. It's another win. It's another step closer to Manchester City. Right now, there's only 3 points in it. We're level on games played. City obviously travel to Selhurst Park to take on Manchester City on Monday night. We will be doing a watch along of that game on the Anfield Agenda Twitch channel, so I hope you can come over and join us for that one. We'll then be doing the Manchester United game against Atletico on Tuesday, and then we'll be back on YouTube for our game against Arsenal on Wednesday. But yeah, look, I think that was just a good job well done today. You can't argue with a clean sheet, 2 goals and another 3 points away from home. You know, Brighton are in a bad vein of form, but we still have to go out there and get the job done, and we did it. Hopefully Crystal Palace beat City again, said Irfan. I hope so, mate. I know it's a long shot. I know we're asking for a lot, but hopefully Palace can do something. But ultimately, as it stands right now, if we're both to keep winning, us and Manchester City, then it will come down to that game at the Etihad, and what a massive game that will be in the title race between two damn good sides. Do I think that the contract situation is the reason for Mo's dip in form? It would just be guessing, mate. I don't know. Honestly, I don't want to speak badly about a man that I respect and like so much. So it could be because he's tired. You know, we played a lot of football at the AFCON. I think three games that went to extra time, maybe more. And then came back and was immediately involved again for Liverpool. And we've been playing twice a week consistently over the last few weeks. So, yeah, look, look, if that's, as I said, if that's Mohamed Salah with a little dip in form, then, you know, we're still very lucky to have the man, aren't we? So, yeah, I don't want to take any negative from today's game. Job done. We move on. Big game coming up against Arsenal, which is a big game, because it's a big game for us, obviously, in our quest to try and wrestle the title away from Manchester City. It's a big game for Arsenal, who are, you know, it's advantage Arsenal in the top 4 race right now with the way the league table is playing out. Big game tonight as well between Manchester United and Spurs. That'll have a knock-on effect on the top 4. So, yeah, a lot to play for on Wednesday night. I'm not expecting an easy night of it at the Emirates against Arsenal. But I'm hoping that, you know, everybody rests up, we're good to go, and fingers crossed we go to the Emirates and leave there with 3 points. Who do I think has the toughest games left, Carl said? Us or City? Probably, I don't think there's much in it, Carl, to be honest with you. City did play a lot of their difficult away games in the first half of the season, if my memory is correct. You know, we've still got United to play at Anfield, travelling to Emirates to play Arsenal midweek. So, yeah, look, I think may the best team win. That's all I can say at this point. May the best team win. I'll never understand, though, how that wasn't a red card for Sanchez. And I'm looking forward to getting Chris's opinion on it. Obviously, Chris, being a qualified referee, we'll hear what Mr. Stonage has to say about the red card, or the lack of a red card, I should say, for the Brighton goalkeeper. I thought it was a red all day. I also thought it was a blatant penalty. I thought there was no argument. I don't even think there was much of an argument put up by Basuma or the Brighton players. His arm was at shoulder height and away from his body. So I think, yeah, definitely a penalty. But yeah, look, again, another milestone reached for Mo with 20 Premier League goals. 4 seasons he's done that now. He's just amazing, isn't he? I don't know what else to say. Love the man to bits. Hope to God he signs a new contract. Hope that Remy Abbas shuts up brief and stuff to the mouthpiece that is Fabrizio Romano, who needs to just keep his fucking nose out of Liverpool's business, and stop trying to stir shit and have Liverpool fans still thinking he's doing you a favour. He's not. He's been a mouthpiece for Remy Abbas, and he's trying to destabilise our football club. And if people can't see that, I can't help them. But to me, yeah, he can shut the fuck up and so can Salah's agent. That's where I am with that situation. Yeah, but look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go really quickly, but I will be back in 2 minutes and I will be joined by Mr. Chris Stonage, and we'll be talking through everything over the last 24 hours, talking about the victory today as well. We will now end the Anfield Agenda Man of the Match poll, and no surprise, you guys voted massively in favour of Luis Diaz being the Anfield Agenda Man of the Match, and I can't argue with you. You guys are always spot on, and he was the man of the match, and he was the BT Sport man of the match as well. So look, I will see you guys in 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Link to join is at the top of the live chat right now. I'll be back with Mr. Chris Stonage. Do hit that subscribe button for me, folks, before you head off. Drop a like on the video as well. Yeah, please do drop a like. It really does help us. And yeah, I'll see you in 2 minutes, myself and Mr. Chris Stonage. Yeah, thank you.